Hey, this is Ryan from Web Eminence. In this video, I'm answering the massively popular question for businesses who are looking to dip their toes into the waters of online advertising. And that question is, should I use Google or Facebook advertising? And everybody knows Google and Facebook are two of the highest volume trafficked sites in the world. So obviously both have good potential to get you traffic to promote your business. But the question really is, which is better for you? So instead of just talking at you for 10 minutes, I'm going to actually show you the Facebook and Google advertising platforms while I answer 3 basic questions to help you decide which network might be the best for you. So the 3 questions I'm going to answer are, where will my ads show? How do I set up the ads? And then how can I target a specific audience? So let's tackle the first question of where will my ads show? So if you're advertising on Facebook, your ads are going to primarily show on Facebook.com, in the Facebook app, and on Instagram. So most of us use Facebook and are accustomed to looking at ads. So if I scroll through my feed, right away I see a suggested post that's sponsored. So this is an ad that's showing to me from Nationwide, which is probably a national advertiser in the US. I see some sponsored ads on the right-hand side, and they're targeting me. There's maybe some remarketing going on here. Here's Veridesk. I was actually looking at Veridesk yesterday, so this is probably remarketing. And then some AdWords ads here. So if I scroll through my feed, I'll see some other sponsored posts most likely. Here's one from REI that is probably remarketing because I was on their site in recent weeks. Here's another probably national ad from Samsung Mobile USA. So the ads that you're used to seeing on Facebook, that's how your ad is going to display to your audience. And obviously there are a lot of people on Facebook these days, so you're going to have a pretty broad reach. So to answer that same question of where my ads will show if you're advertising on Google, it's a little bit different. So one of the main places you can advertise in Google is on google.com when people search for something using a keyword search. Like if I were to search for dentist in Chicago, any search in Google, you're accustomed to seeing ads. So here's 4 ads at the top marked by ad. So this is where you could potentially show if you were advertising for this keyword. Sometimes ads will show on these map listings, and there are also ads typically at the bottom of the page. Here's another list of 3 ads. So showing your text ads to people searching on google.com would be considered the search network. There's also a massive display network that you can access through Google, and all this advertising for Google is managed through Google AdWords, and I'll show you that platform in a minute. But this would be the display network, so you can also show image ads like this one at the top for First Midwest Bank. This is a Google managed ad, and here's one for Lending Tree. This one might not be a Google ad, but you will have access to a huge inventory of sites all over the world that host Google ads. Image display ads. They can also be text ads that show here. With Google advertising, you can also show on youtube.com with video ads, image ads, and text ads on different videos and channels that you decide to target. So I won't go into detail on these different types of advertising in Google. Those would probably be separate videos, so check out some of my other videos on these topics. But when people talk about Google advertising, most people are probably thinking and referring to the Google search network, which is where people search for a keyword, and then you show them a text ad like these 4 here. So the next question I want to answer is, how do I set up ads? So we'll go back to Facebook. I'm going to go to Manage Ads, and I'm doing this through my own personal Facebook account, and then going to an ad account. And this is what the Facebook Ads Manager platform looks like. Changes all the time, but this is what it looks like right now. I'm going to go ahead and click on Create Campaign, which is what you would do if you wanted to create a new campaign. And I won't go through this setup in detail, but just want to give you a basic idea of how it works to set up a campaign in Facebook ads. So they start off with a marketing objective. They're going to walk you through these steps on the left-hand side. First step is creating a marketing objective. So let's say I just wanted to achieve brand awareness, and I wanted to get traffic to my site. See, there's other options here like engagement. That would be like getting people to engage with a Facebook post. You can do app installs, video views, lead generation. So let's go with traffic. Click continue. I could give the campaign a name there. And now I'm in this second step on the left-hand side under ad set. I'm beginning to create my ad set. There's a traffic section. It's just asking me where I want to drive traffic to. So in this case, I'm going to drive traffic to my website. And then we're getting into the audience. So this is where Facebook becomes pretty powerful. And the reason it's so powerful is because Facebook has a lot of demographic info on their users. So I can target people in a location. So if I wanted to target people in Chicago, for example, I can do that by marketing region, for example. You can do city, advertising, zip codes, mile radius. I can select a certain age bracket and gender and languages. And then I can also browse different types of demographic and interest targeting. So Facebook might make suggestions for you based on what you've done so far, but you can also browse all the different types of targeting. So there's demographics here, parents, relationships, life events. So that would be like anniversaries, birthdays, new job. You can target different types of interests, behaviors, automotive. These are all sections within behaviors, purchase behaviors, clothing, engaged shoppers, food and drink. So that's all under behaviors. There's also more categories. And right now only nail care is under there. So that's not, well, could be useful for some people. So this section is very powerful because you can really narrow down your targeting to a really specific audience, people interested in something or in a specific time period of their life, like getting married or moving. If your product or service is geared to those people, you can target them. Another thing you can target is a specific connection. So people who already like your page, people who don't like your page yet, people who've used your app or who have not used your app, and then people involved with an event. So it's a good way to kind of segment people depending on how they've already interacted with you on your Facebook page. So then you can save these audiences, use them again in new campaigns. The next section is placements. So this is where you actually decide where your ad will be placed in those different areas I showed you initially answering the first question. You can kind of choose where your ad will show. So you can use automatic placements, which is recommended for new advertisers. Facebook's going to decide where to place your ad. Looks like they have a new ad placement within Messenger in a mobile app. So a lot of people are using Messenger, Facebook Messenger, so you can place ads there. And then you can click Edit Placements. So this is going to show us some of the different options. So in the Facebook feed, instant articles in the right column, which I showed you earlier. And then there's some video options. Here's Instagram. And there's an audience network, which I believe shows on other websites within Facebook's network. And then here's the Messenger ads. And then scrolling down, you can set a schedule for your ads. Down here, you can also right here choose what type of device you're going to target. And then down here is the budget and schedule. Both Facebook and AdWords will allow you to do the location targeting and then budgeting and scheduling, hours or certain days of the week. So that actually answers two of the questions. How can I set up my ads and how do I target a specific audience for Facebook? Now I'll head over to Google AdWords, which is a platform for Google advertising, and then answer those two questions for Google. So this is what the Google AdWords platform looks like. I have a lot of videos on Google AdWords if you'd like to click around and watch some of my other videos. But you can see there's search campaigns, display campaigns, and video campaigns, which I mentioned earlier. But if we go into the campaigns tab and just click this blue circle to create a new campaign, it's going to look similar to creating a new campaign in Facebook. So Google has some different options. They have the search network, which I showed you. They have the display network, which I showed you. Shopping network, I won't cover here, but that's showing images and prices of products in Google search on google.com. Video would be mostly YouTube advertising, and then you can drive app installs as well. So I'm going to just click Search Network to create a new search network campaign, which would be keyword targeting. So I'm going to say I want to drive website traffic. I'm going to enter my website here. I'm going to enter a campaign name. So here the search network is selected. I'm going to say I don't want to use a display network, but you can create one campaign to target both the search network and display network if you choose. Just going to leave it on targeting United States as a location. You can choose languages. So this is all very similar to Facebook. I can change how I'm going to bid. So a lot of times I would choose a manual, cost per click. You can pick a daily budget. You can do all this in Facebook. I didn't cover this in Facebook, but it all works very similarly in Facebook. So I'm going to click Save and Continue just to go to the next step. I do have to enter a budget. And then you begin to create ad groups. So I would enter a default bid of, say, $1.02. And this is where I start to choose who I can actually target and essentially create an audience. So with the Google Search Network in AdWords advertising, you're not going to be selecting demographics much, but you're really just going to be targeting by keyword searches. So you're going to choose the keyword searches that you want to show your ads for. So like I was showing you earlier, that Chicago dentist, if I wanted to show up for that search, I might put Chicago dentist here as a keyword, or dentists, dentist offices in Chicago, for example. So AdWords uses something called match types for keyword targeting. So I can match a phrase by putting quotation marks around it. I can match an exact search by putting brackets around it. I'm not going to get too into the weeds on that, but just know that that exists so that you can target your keywords a little bit more precisely. AdWords is giving me keyword ideas on the right hand side here based on just scanning my website. They're telling me how many searches occur. So obviously you want to be targeting keywords that are searched often. If I were to create or try to target a really long keyword here with like 10 words, chances are it's never even searched. So you want to keep your keywords pretty short here. So that's basically how you set up a search network campaign in AdWords. You can spend a lot more time creating new ad groups and text ads and different keyword lists, and there's lots to get into how to optimize that. I manage accounts for clients in this, but this just gives you a basic idea. We're just trying to cover the difference between Facebook and Google advertising to give you an idea what might work better for you. So just answering those 3 basic questions for you should hopefully help you understand which of these 2 networks might be better for you. But just to flesh it out a little bit for you, let me give you examples that would work well in both networks. So for Facebook, for example, it might work well for an inventor with a really cool product that nobody knows about and no one's searching for in Google. It might work well for a massive cosmetic brand trying to reach all females over the age of 50 in the entire United States or some other country. Facebook might also work great for a local boutique pet store showing ads to all dog lovers within a 5-mile radius and trying to build up their Facebook following at the same time. Google advertising, on the other hand, would work great for maybe a lawyer in LA offering free consultations for real estate cases. It could work great for a pediatrician in the Chicago suburbs showing ads to people who are searching for urgent care for children. Google Search Network advertising could also work great for a supplement retailer selling an iodine supplement to people searching for a specific and popular type of supplement. So I hope that helps you understand the differences between Facebook and Google advertising, and maybe it helps you decide which one is going to work best for you. I do recommend trying out both. You never really know what's going to work best. Make sure to check out some of my other videos. I've done a lot on AdWords advertising. So if you think you're going the route of Google AdWords, make sure to check out some of my other videos, and we'll see you on the next video.